Hey, welcome to the Podcast Domination Show, where we help you launch, grow, monetize, and dominate the podcasting space. This is a show where we believe that if you can get attention with your podcast, you can influence someone. And if you can influence someone, you can get them to take massive action. And if you can get someone to do that, you, my friend, can dominate. I'm Diaz, your host and founder of Podcast Domination, and I'm your guide. Let's go. All right. So pillar number 4 is simply the bigger fish in smaller ponds. And I know that sounds counterintuitive to a lot of people, but it's something that I want to talk about today. And it's actually pillar number 4 in the book that I am currently writing. And it's funny because this is a funny story how it happened. So a few months ago, I was getting a bit frustrated because a lot of the shows that I was launching just weren't really getting the traction that I wanted them to get. So the launches went well, but they really didn't get the exposure that I wanted them to get. And I started to figure out that iTunes has favorites. They play favorites. They are going to push and they're going to favor the big name stars. So you have a big name already, you've got a big brand, then guess what? You can get a lot better preference or a lot better privileges from iTunes. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people forget. iTunes is not the only directory out there that can help you grow, help you find new customers, new listeners, help you get your name and your brand out there. In fact, I've had clients come off of other directories such as Radio FM, or I think it's still called Radio FM. There's other ones. So there's like Podbean, there's Podchasers, there's Spreaker Radio, there's Stitcher, there's Spotify, there's all these other places. But a lot of the times we always forget about them. We just focus on iTunes, or now it's called Apple Podcasts. That is a mistake. And pillar number 4, what we're going to explain today, is going to help you figure out a 2-step process that's going to help you unlock a lot of the unknown promotion strategies that are free and that are open to you as a podcaster if you are on these other platforms. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of these other directories are like you, and they're small, and they want to grow, and they want to help other people to grow as well. Because guess what? If you get more traction and get more traffic to their channel, then they are going to do better. So they want to help you promote their platform. Very simple. And there's a lot of little things you can do that are going to help your chances with getting promotion. And I'm going to share with you the simplest, most effective way to do that right now. Now, I'm going to give you a second to guess. Think of an answer in your head. And then I want you to actually text me at 561-405-7838. That's my Google Voice number, 561-405-7838. Text me if you had the answer right. But the simple answer is ask. That's right, ask. Just go out there and ask them, hit them up in an email, say, hey, I just launched my show. I just wanted to see if there was any opportunities for promotion to get the word out. I would be happy to use the link for the, Podbean directory on my website and showcase it on my social media to make sure I send people your way. Love the platform. That's it. That's the whole email. I just wrote the whole email for you. Replace a few variables, a few other things, and you're good. So that email can go out to a ton of different places, and that's just directories. So that's pretty much the small ponds, bigger fish strategy in a nutshell. It's finding these other small directories, these small communities, these small pockets of people online that are your ideal customers, and going out there, taking your podcast and saying, hey, check it out. Look what I've got here. I know it can help you do X, Y, and Z. So besides that, I'm going to list off a bunch of places here. But besides that, what are some other places you can target? What are some other smaller ponds that could have potentially big fish for you and potentially be your next evangelist? Well, let's take a look at it. So we'll start off with places like Reddit and Quora. So and there's probably a lot of other ones out there, guys. Trust me, I'm just not I'm not going to go searching for every single forum online. But the forums that have your ideal listeners, there's probably some industry related ones. There's probably some ones that are very specific to what you're talking about in your show, which could be leveraged for promotion. Now, don't go spamming them, obviously. I can already see the hate emails coming in. But you can use those platforms and actually create relationships with people, human beings, on the other side of the keyboard, and explain what you talk about in your show or provide value if maybe you've answered a question on your show and say, hey, I answered this question on episode 34. Here's the answer anyways, but I'll drop the link in there as well. So, and always check with the people who are running the website or forum, obviously first, but that is a simple strategy. So for my ladies out there, there's one really good platform that I know, I'm sure there's probably more, that you can actually promote your podcast. It's called womeninpodcasting.com. And I'll leave the link in the show notes to make sure I've got that right. womeninpodcasting.com. That is obviously a women's female dedicated podcasting website. And you can use that to shout out your show, especially if you are talking about things that women talk about. I don't know. So, but if it's a podcast that is specific to that demographic, then you could definitely use that website. So womeninpodcasting.com. Make sure it's right here before I send you guys off. Yeah, that's it. Womeninpodcasting.com. You can contact them or the awesome ladies that run that site, and you can get promotion or explore promotion options for your podcast. So other places like that could be Facebook groups. They could be private large groups inside of Instagram. They can be LinkedIn groups. They can be, YouTube channels that you're maybe affiliated with or of that have your demographic. These are all smaller ponds that could be leveraged big time. Now, obviously, this can take a lot of time, so I don't recommend you doing it by yourself, but hiring a VA, having maybe someone on your team could do it, and just use that copy and paste email to explore the opportunities on these places to get promotion. Sometimes it's paid and sometimes it's free. It's up to you. But there's a lot of free ones that could be really, really useful for you. I know for me, like the Libsyn podcast. So if you go to Libsyn's The Feed podcast, just type that into Google, their show will come up. They always give out free shout outs for people using their platform. So obviously you need to be a Libsyn customer to use it. But if you are, then that's open to you. And that is free promotion on another podcast with a large, large reach. So easy one right there. Some other places that I've used in the past to get promotion are places like Podbean. You can also use Podchaser. Castbox has an application. So castbox.fm has a little application page. You can go and apply to get promotion. You can use, Listen Notes. You can use Spreaker. Reaching out to all these different places and saying, hey, I'd love to promote my show on your platform and show you guys some love as well. That's a simple, easy way to open the door to collaboration. So that's the small ponds, bigger fish strategy in a sense. The last thing I'll leave off here is with local businesses. So don't forget, you're probably living in the same area code that a lot of your target demographic is living in. So why not go to local shops, local businesses? I know my friend, myself, and another podcast agency here in town in West Palm Beach are starting a podcast meetup, which I'm pumped about. So we're going to do a lot of speaking, a lot of teaching, and we're going to use that to leverage our platforms and basically grow our personal brands. But we can also use those meetups for distributing our latest episodes, because people who show up to those meetups are going to be our ideal clients because they probably want to start podcasts. So that is another option that's available to you. So there's tons and tons of small ponds out there. And what I would suggest, if you're a one-man show right now, or maybe you have a small team, or you're not working with me yet, why not? You can always do this once per month or twice per month. Pick 2 places you want to target, send them emails, work with them for the month, and follow up and just start to cultivate it like that. So all in all, lots of small ponds. Get out there and do them. And remember that if you got the question right that I asked before about the easiest way to get this started, which was to ask, text 561-405-7838. That's it, my friends. And that is the small ponds, bigger fish concept. I wanted to get this out really quickly. I didn't want to give you guys a lot of fluff, so that's why this episode's super short. Other than that, get out there, start to fish in these smaller ponds, and don't forget social media smaller ponds as well. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn especially is a big one if you're in the B2B space. Start to collaborate there, start getting your content out there, and that's it. So I am going to go and have a nap. Not really, just kidding. But I will catch you on the next episode of the podcast Domination Show. Be sure to share your feedback either through text at the number I just shared, 561-405-7838. Shoot me a text there any day, anytime. Or join the Facebook group, Podcast Domination VIP Inner Circle. Just type that into Facebook and you will be in the group, my friend. I'll catch you later. This is Lewis signing off. Hey, what's up? It's Lewis again. Really hope you took something of value away from today's show. And don't forget, there's only one thing I want you to do if you need help, if you want to chat about this, if there's any way I can serve you, that is to text or maybe even give me a call at 561-405-7838. That is a Google Voice number that goes directly to my phone, so I will be on demand for you, and we can chat about how we can help you grow, launch, or monetize your podcast. Thanks. I'll catch you next week.